All right, Amanda, are we ready to go?
Mr. Antonio,
Here.
Mr. Badger, Mr. Bleefeld, Ms. Kiavachi,
Here.
Mr. Golson,
Here.
Ms. Kirianikis,
Here.
Dr. Morris, Mr. Walker,
Here.
Mrs. Ginsburg,
Here.
Harrison Ernst,
Here.
Mia Bananese.
Here. Great, thank you. All right, you guys want to come up and join me? We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. You can come on up here and lead us. Welcome, everyone, to this February 3rd meeting of the Wissahickon School Board, and special welcome to our Stony Creek families who are joining us this evening. If you take a look at our agenda, you'll see a listing of our prior meetings. December 2nd, we had our annual reorganization. December 9th, our audit committee meeting. December 9th, the regular public board meeting. January 13th, communications committee. January 13th, facilities committee meeting and a transportation committee meeting. And January 21st, Racial Equity Oversight Committee meeting. And our upcoming meetings, February 3rd, which is today, we have our regular public board meeting. February 10th, Finance Committee. February 18th is our Policy Committee meeting. And we also have our Racial Equity Oversight Committee meeting. And February 24th is our next work session. And that brings us to our presentation this evening by Stony Creek.
Super, thank you. It's a pleasure to have our next installment of What's Great at the Schools. And tonight we have some, I see, very important people from Stony Creek Elementary School. So it's wonderful to have you here. And it's a pleasure to introduce the principal, Ms. Stephanie Washam, to tell us what's going on here.
Amazing fifth graders here with me. And we are going to be going over a new thing that we brought to the school this year is a student-led newscast. So every other Friday, in lieu of a regular announcement, our group here helps to record a student-led newscast that we have been putting on and going through the production process for. So I'm going to turn it over to my newscast crew to introduce themselves.
I'm Wesley. I'm Bella. I'm Madison. I'm Juliet.
And we're going to go over just the process of how our student-led newscast has become and grown. And Mrs. Sadowski back here has been instrumental in helping our students build out their scripts and go through everything. And I don't want to give any of their presentation away. So I'm going to turn it over to their PowerPoint to start to present.
Stony Creek presents News from the Nest. What is News from the Nest? News from the Nest, student-led newscast produced every few weeks. We write the script, record, and edit during recess. The newscast celebrates students who have earned PBIS rewards and to our SEL themes each month. A way to highlight special events at Stony Creek, including upcoming events, recent assemblies, celebrations, and student achievements. How it started. Our school community wanted to find ways to share great stuff that happens at our school. We needed to make announcements more fun. We practiced different scripts and set up a recording studio with a green screen, tripod, camera, and news desk. We created different segments, inputs from student team. We added student responsibilities over time.
You can keep it on the desk, you could keep it under, it's up to you. But you have to sit up nice and tall. And remember I said think, wait a minute, am I recording right now?
Hi, Owls. This is Juliet and Caleb. Today we have a special guest in the nest. Wait, was that my voice?
On Monday, November 11th, veterans are excited. No, I messed up.
Is that it?
And
Remember, don't just fly.
We show our gratitude by respecting. Oh shoot, I lost one.
Can you believe, Lena, that no owls were born on the 9th of November in our whole school?
No, what a shocker. This week.
Hi, Owls. This is Madison
And Wesley.
with the Friday Funnies.
Hey Madison. What's the best?
I'm Bella, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next news from the nest. And remember, don't just fly, soar.
You can't. Yeah. Okay. Now we click on PowerPoint.
On the desk, you could keep it on. Remember I said think.
Yeah, the same thing's happening.
But now we are a polished news organization. As you can see. Hello, Stony Creek Owls. Happy Friday. This is Madison Fair,
And Lena Engel.
coming to you straight from the Stony Creek newsroom.
Now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, your astonishing, charismatic,
And attractive.
newscast members, are here again to spark joy into your lives on this amazing Friday.
Next, we have Bella and Nathan with the Friday Funnies.
They will be hysterical. And when I see you soar, I better see them all the way over those clouds, Owls.
Hey, Stony Creek. Caleb and Ine here with the Friday Funnies. What do you have for us today, Ine?
How about this one? What is the best way to get to school in January?
I don't know. What is the best way to get to school in January?
By icicle.
Very funny. Now my joke. Where do you find the answers to your homework in January?
Where?
The Winternet. You get it?
Now that is a very funny joke. I'll try using the Winternet for real, just in case.
Anyways, that's all for us today, Owls. Let's go to Katie and Juliet with the birthdays.
Hi, this is Katie and Juliet with the birthdays. We are so excited to announce the January birthdays for the teachers and students. Here are the people we will be celebrating today. Happy birthday to Layton B. in 2nd grade, Miss McCaffrey's class on January 16th. Happy birthday, Gabrielle S. in 2nd grade, Miss Monahan's class. And to John H. in kindergarten, Miss Weiss's class on the 17th. Happy birthday, Alyssa K. Miss Maraki's 3rd grade class, and Arnold H. in 3rd grade, Miss Clark's class. Happy birthday, Kira D. in 2nd grade, Miss McCaffrey's class, and to Ella A. in 4th grade, Miss Tetchy's class on the 19th. Phew, that's a lot of birthdays on the 17th. Birthday buddies! Happy birthday to Lucas J. in 2nd grade, Miss Ferretti's class. And happy birthday to staff members Miss Sidon, Miss Lawson, and Miss Yavoli. And finally, happy birthday to you, Juliet. Wait, stop! Hey, you interrupted my beautiful singing voice. But anyways, let's just move it on to the SEL theme with Lewis and Wesley.
Hi, this is Wesley
And I'm Lewis.
with the SCL this month.
The theme for the month is setting goals.
That means setting goals for yourself in the new year.
Let's go to some students who have 1 star this month. yourself, Lewis?
I want to win lots of stars this month.
You read my mind.
What goals do you want to set, Stony? Think about it.
Well, let's go to Nathan and Bella with the recent events. This is Nathan and Bella with the recent events.
Hello, Stony Creek, Bella here. Last Friday, we had an assembly and we went over store expectations.
We also celebrated Hootie's birthday last week and this week.
We attended the winter concerts and congrats to band, strings, and chorus members. You were fantastic.
I loved every song.
Those were some good activities.
Well, that was the recent events. Now let's turn it over to Hunter and Blake with the upcoming events.
Hello, I'm Blake. And I'm Hunter with the upcoming events. Tomorrow and Monday, we will have time off from school. Why? Because of Martin Luther King Day.
And on January 24th, we will be celebrating Compliment Day.
I like that shirt, Hunter.
Thanks, Blake.
On January 28th will be Culture Day.
Also, on January 31st, Chinese acrobats will perform for the Chinese New Year.
I cannot wait to see that.
Now let's turn it over to Nathan for the closing.
This is Nathan with the closing for this newscast, Owls. Here's my 2 cents. Once we accept our limits, we can go beyond them. This quote is made by Albert Einstein. This means to me, and I hope it means to you, that when we understand what our goals are, we will try to be the best of the best and reach beyond the point of being very good and try to achieve our goals. Until next time, my very wise, attractive, kind, and talented owls. And remember, don't just fly, soar!
Positive impact. Celebrating our school community, seeing peers and siblings highlighted across the school, honoring students' accomplishments, and 5th grade leadership opportunities / role models for the school.
Growing our team. New students have been added, adding in new segments, and they get to know new teachers and staff. Sharing achievements. Great work in academics and earning stars and SOAR tickets. Highlighting students' achievements in and out of school you can do.
And I think when I think about our student newscast and the work that they have done, a lot of their ideas, their segments, and their scripts, they write it all. They come up with it. They type it on their computers. They volunteer during their recess time to record the segments and put it together. Our wonderful Canva crew in the background here, Miss Smith and Mrs. Gottenberg, help us with editing and pulling it all together in Canva. Mrs. Sadowski has been instrumental in getting the kids together, excited, reviewing everything with them, and just empowering them to really lead this and to be showcasing all the amazing things they do. I think my favorite thing about what they do with the newscast is that I can hear when it's on because the entire school is cheering when the kids, their siblings' stars are up, or when their pictures are, or when the Friday Funny comes up. I'm going down the hall and I'll hear all the kids laughing. And they're like, I'm going to remember that one for recess. So I think of the school community piece, and I've been so proud of my 5th graders. They are truly role models, and they've been really taking on a lot of leadership this year. So I've been so proud of them. I think you guys also want to share. They're also normally incredibly talkative. Thank you, guys.
That was amazing. I love this. And I always hear about this from my girls. So I loved seeing more of this now and actually seeing what they're talking about. So it was awesome. So do any of you want to tell me a little bit more about your process, like how you come up with your stories? Yeah, come on up.
Right here. Just up right there, Mike.
I know, like, the first thing we do is we go in and we just delete the entire thing. From before.
Yeah.
And then we gotta, like, I remember the script for the newscast that's coming out, I think Friday this week. I remember we were, I think, actually a little too lazy to just delete the entire thing. And all we did was swap out the names and then just add in our own text. And if we liked something from the past, we just kept it. And then we would have like 1 week for working on that, 1 week for videoing everything. And then we would add 1 week for editing, my favorite part, because I can edit in anything that I want. And we're doing like this creepy upcoming events theme. So we're like fortune tellers and we tell your fortune at Stony Creek, and we're editing in like some crystal balls and some lightning and thunder just to make it more fun for the kids.
Anything else? And I think the one thing is that they've been super creative with it, coming up with different ideas and different things. And I wouldn't say you were lazy not deleting it. You were streamlining your process.
Well, I think they were trying to say, I think Madison was trying to say that there's a template. You know, they can keep the beginning and the end of the segments and then fill in the middle part, right? Okay, and they get to be really creative with it. And as weeks go by, as the year has gone by, we've really seen that they wanted to take on some of the ownership of their editing and everything. And so that's really what that's our focus right now.
Do you ever get to go out of the studio? Like this Friday, you have the Glow Party. Will you be covering that on location?
To get some beat segments going. And that's actually a really great idea. We could interview some kids about the parties.
Yeah. Well, this was awesome, guys. I really loved hearing about some behind the scenes information about how this gets produced. So this was great. Anyone else questions?
I do.
For Zana?
Yeah. First of all, you guys, that was amazing. I absolutely loved it. You guys are really professionals. I really have to say that. And one thing that really, really tickled me was my little den where actually I'm actually sitting here attending the meeting right now. I call it my nest. So it was really cool that you are doing your TV show from the nest. So I loved it. You guys are doing a great job.
One thing that someone said today at Newscast, our club, he said, we're like famous in the school. and what? Someone else said that too. But and I think that is a real testament to the way that they feel about the product that they're producing in the hallways. They can see them, they're excited about it. So it's been a real success.
Well, you already answered my first question on how famous you are. So thanks for that. Are any of you thinking you're going to do more newscasting in the middle school or high school? Thank you. Great.
I might need
Fantastic.
autographs now before you become too famous.
Thank you. All right. Well, we always do like to do a picture at the end. So, I mean, if we could do a picture. And Paul, you're another Stony Creek parent. So why don't you and I go together?
I have one more question. Does anybody think that this will be a career for them in the future?
What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you got a good start.
They do.
Come on over, guys.
Here we go, over here. Just stand behind all.
Thank you.
All right. Good job, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
And you're certainly welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, or you can leave. And if you're leaving, please grab cookies on the way out. I think. And we really appreciate you all joining us this evening. Thank you. All right, we'll move on now. Tough one to follow. Oh, maybe maybe not. It's another good one. Yeah, this is another really good one. North Monco Technical Career Center Honor Society inductees. This is a good one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Every year we have the opportunity to celebrate some of our most accomplished students at the high school. And these are some students who have distinguished themselves at the tech school such that they have been inducted into the Hall of Fame there, or excuse me, the Honor Society there. And this year we're doing it slightly differently. We have, I won't say guest presenters, but we're going to go on a trial basis with some very familiar faces to help us celebrate. So at that point, I'm going to turn over to Harrison and Mia.
Thank you. Evelyn Contreras. Evelyn has been a student in the Protective Services program at our tech school since 10th grade, where she has gained a comprehensive understanding of fields like emergency medical service, police science, firefighting, and security. Through this program, Evelyn discovered a deep interest in pursuing a career where she can bring justice and safety to her community. Her goal of majoring in chemistry or forensics and then attending the police academy aligns with this passion. Evelyn's ultimate goal is to become a SWAT officer someday. Lindsay Craig. Lindsay's decision to attend North Monco Technical Career Center to focus on advertising design is a testament to their commitment and love for her craft. Her enthusiasm for creativity and innovation has been a driving force throughout her high school career. At North Monco, she thrived in a specialized environment to allow her to develop her artistic skill and explore her aspirations. Lindsay plans to attend art school next year and is interested in pursuing a career in game art or illustration. She hopes to attend Moore College of Art and Design next fall.
There you go. Awesome. Finally, we have this is my friend Suzanne McNaughton. Suzanne's awesome. I'm AP Gov with her. She's just great. Suzanne has been a student in the advertising design program at North Monco Technical Career Center for the past 3 years. This program has allowed her to channel her creative abilities to create impressive pieces of work. Her teacher said that she already had a strong direction with her art and really embraced the use of mixed media with each assignment. Frequently using collage elements in her art. Suzanne's ultimate goal is to use her creativity to major in illustration. Those are our 3 students we're recognizing tonight.
Wonderful. Congratulations to all 3 of them. And thank you so much for sharing that about each of them. Does anyone else have any comments or questions about any of them? No. All right, well, thank you. All right. Well, that brings us now to our first public comment period. And the board appreciates hearing from the community. A maximum of 5 speakers will be heard on the same topic. Please limit comments to 3 minutes. In the interest of fairness and in order to treat all speakers equally, the board does not engage in dialogue with speakers. When appropriate, we will follow up with responses on board docs. We don't have anyone registered in person. One online?
We have one online.
Okay, when speaking, please state your name, your municipality of residence, and the topic on which you're speaking.
We have Christine McGowan.
Okay, Christine, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, my name is Christine McGowan, and I'm a parent from Stony Creek, and I wanted to voice my opinion again on the middle school schedule.
Christine,
yes.
That would be second comment period comment. This is just for agenda topics. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, great job, Stony Creek kids. Yay. All right, I'll come back to me later then, please.
Of course. All right. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, we'll come back to you for the second one then, okay?
That's okay. Yep. Thank you.
Sure. No one else registered? Okay. All right. All right, then we'll go on to Board President report. I have no informational or action items this evening. Superintendent report.
Thank you. I just have the one item that we reviewed on Monday, which is agenda item 7.1, appointment of Daniel Hay, Director of Human Resources. I should say reappointment because she's already with us. Just extends things starting July 1st. So with that, I would like please a motion for approval of agenda item 7.1.
A motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? All right, seeing
I
none.
have a quick comment. I just wanted to say thank you to Danielle. I really think you bring something really special to human resources. I feel like your personality is perfect for it. And I feel like you have such a good relationship with people around you, and that's so meaningful. I just really appreciate you and thank you for all that you do.
Yes.
Anyone else? All right, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. Yeah. All right, moving on to Assistant Superintendent report, Dr. Dewan.
Good evening. I have no informational items and no action items this evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Board Solicitor report, Michelle.
Thank you. I have one action item tonight. It is approval of a settlement agreement between family and the district, which I understand was reviewed at the last meeting. So I'm looking for a motion to approve item 9.1.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, Board Secretary report, Tim.
Thank you. Tonight, we have items 10.1 through 10.5 for approval with no changes from last.
Do I have a motion?
Second.
A motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right, Board Treasurer report.
We have items 11.1 and 11.2 for approval tonight with no changes from last.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. Human Resources report.
Good evening. Changes from last week's agenda are marked with an asterisk and can be found in bold in the details. These include a resignation, a retirement, appointments, changes in status, extracurricular changes, volunteers, and spring extracurricular additions in items 12.1 through 12.3. All other items were reviewed at last week's work session and have no other changes. So this evening, I'm seeking approval for action items 12.1 through 12.7. Thank you.
So moved.
A motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions?
Just a quick one, and you may not know this because it's a club one. Would the resignation of a sport coach be because it's the end of the season, or they're resigning and not coming back? Like, how does that work?
I'm not sure exactly which one you're specifically asking about, but the resignation could be either. The person is unable to perform the sport for that season, or they're resigning at the end of the season. So,
Because it's for tennis, and it looks like we had the same coach for the boys and girls.
okay. Yeah, I can take a look.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. All right, moving on to our committee reports, Communications Committee.
No new items since last week, sorry.
No worries. All right, Curriculum and Technology.
There are nothing new from last week, so we're seeking approval for action items 14.1 through 14.3.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. Facilities and Transportation.
There are no informational items or action items for this meeting, so there's no report. Thanks.
Thank you. Finance Committee.
Yeah, there are 5 items, no changes from last week. 16.1 and 16.2 are approval of financial reports for November and December. 16.3 is a resolution to pay the tax collectors, 3 areas that collect taxes from. 16.4 and 16.5 are approval for the payments in both November and December.
So moved.
Second.
Great, a motion's been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Policy Committee, Marshall's not here, but we don't have anything anyway. So we'll skip that report. Racial Equity Oversight, Paul.
Thanks, Amy. We have no items for this evening.
All right, thank you. Health, wellness and safety, Jean.
Yes, there are no informational items or action items for this meeting.
Great, thank you. Board representatives, Marshall did his extracurricular last time. I did MCIU last time. Anything new for North Mako? Nothing additional. I know you did PSBA last week. Anything additional? Oh, did you have something, Steve?
There was a subcommittee meeting for the budget.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it.
I'm not.
For the North Mako Technical Career Center, and the budget was essentially agreed to by that subcommittee and will be shared with the both superintendents and business operations of the sending districts.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any comments or questions? All right, thank you again. PSBA, anything new?
Just that on February 4th, Governor Shapiro will give his budget address with the proposals for the 25-26 school year. So maybe next meeting, I'll have some sort of update as to what that's going to look like.
Okay, great. Anything for ERC? Okay. All right, then that brings us to our second public comment period. And again, the board appreciates hearing from the community. A maximum of 5 speakers will be heard on the same topic. Please limit comments to 3 minutes in the interest of fairness and in order to treat all speakers equally. It's not the board's practice to engage in dialogue with speakers. When appropriate, we will follow up with responses on board docs. And again, when speaking, please state your name, your municipality of residence, and the topic on which you're speaking. Is Christine still online? Okay, Christine, we're going to come back to you now.
Hi, thank you. My name is Christine McGowan, and I'm from Stony Creek. I'm a parent from Stony Creek, and I wanted to speak about the middle school schedule. I believe that taking out quality foreign language time, underutilizing teachers, and putting a screen in front of our children to teach them or give them busy work is not a way to educate our children. Why are we limiting the time students are interacting with teachers who can support them in learning? Hasn't everyone been disappointed in the way that many children have regressed socially, emotionally, and academically since having to be home for online learning during the COVID pandemic? The board has the power to encourage and push for what is best for the students. Could you please put the children first? The board created 6 priority areas that they wanted to focus on. I would like to share with you my thoughts on some of the areas in regards to the middle school schedule. The opportunity learning gap and the learning gap, belongingness, and also the PBIS. How will putting children in front of the computer in middle school support the frame for PBIS? Speaking as a licensed professional counselor, an expert on ADHD, and a parent of a neurodiverse child, I would like to know if you understand that children in middle school who have been diagnosed with ADHD notice the most social isolation in the middle school years because of the lag in their executive function skills. Can you have them, which can have them up to 3 years behind their peers? Remember, these skills support attention, planning, organization, and impulse control. Put these kids in front of a computer to do their work without interacting with their teachers or peers is a formula for negative behaviors, poor school performance, and social isolation. We just had a speaker come to the schools to support parents in understanding the importance of monitoring and limiting screen time. In regards to closing the learning gap, how can you not identify this as an area that needs to be re-examined or eliminated? To close the learning gap at all levels for our children need to be supported and challenged. Not having these foreign language classes shortened does not help support our kids. Foreign language supports cognitive flexibility, improves attention, and strengthens executive functions like decision-making and problem-solving. Let's look at the district's children of color who may have learning differences. How are these children who have been underserved in many ways going to gain any traction in their studies when these students or any students in the middle school cannot receive extra support or positive role modeling by their caring teachers when they need it the most? Children need to learn to ask and receive help from others when needed. If they do not have the ability to use these skills at school, where is the safest space for them to ask? How can we expect these children to grow into capable teens we know they can become? Please know that these are things that are very important to me. We do want to cultivate an area and a space for all these kids, but I really think that the middle school schedule is harming that. That was perfect. Okay, good.
Thank you, Christine, for those comments. All right, in person, we next have Carrie Paul.
Carrie Ferreira. I'm Lower Gwinnett. My daughter's at the high school now, but I've talked before about the impact of the middle school schedule. She experienced the difference in 8th grade when you moved to it. That difference is now impacting additional kids the longer we go without fixing it. It carries through into the high school. It's only going to get worse when the large volume of 5th graders moves up to the high school, since we're not adding any more teachers, even though we've added teachers at the elementary school level to accommodate the increased enrollment. We're not adding any, I'm told, at the middle school once those kids get up there. So you're gonna compound the issues the schedule already created, and the kids who need the support and extra assistance are gonna be further behind than they are now, and they're just never going to be able to catch up. So please work on a new master schedule. We've asked before. In the meantime, we can't get it done by next year, but there are Band-Aids that can get put on it, like major changes that can happen without having a new master schedule that can fix some of these issues. So, thanks.
Thank you, Carrie. Anyone else online? Okay.
We have 2 hands raised. First, Carmina Taylor.
Okay, Carmina, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I just want to note a few things. I sent an email to you guys, to the board earlier this week, or I guess it was last week, when I was notified that my public comments last week were muted or not being able to be heard on the YouTube channel the next day of the meeting. I really think there's a way to resolve it. I hope that you unmute me. I want to remind the board that the 1949 PA school code that delineates the powers and duties of school board directors, one of the tenets is community engagement. For months, I've been listening to people in person and online reach out to the board with real issues related to their experiences as stakeholders and parents, between the chillers, the middle school scheduling, the behavioral issues at the high school. People keep coming to meetings talking about the same issues, but where's the community engagement or response to make things shift and change? Earlier today, I received a text from some Bluebell parents about issues related to the construction that impacted the quality of air in Bluebell. There's constant things that are going, and people are constantly communicating with you guys, but you're not responding because we keep coming to board meetings. And I want to just thank Ms. McGowan for bringing out the deficits of Black students at your school system. I want to repeat that Black students are not performing. They are the lowest demographic in proficiency in the 3 major standardized testing subjects in all 6 schools. So what are you going to do? What is Dr. Dewan's vision for the future? It is not fair. Lastly, what I will say is that 70 years ago, the Penland School was closed to integrate into this school system. For 30 years, there was a segregated school system in Penland. All the Black students in Penland left proficient. 70 years later, in that same community, our students are not proficient as they should be. And I think that is a very historical moment that all of you need to grasp. These are facts. The data today are facts. I can't see the time, how much time I have left, but I will return. But the bottom line is, what are you going to do about the lowest performing students in this district? The numbers have increasingly gone down since Dr. Crestfield has been in leadership. That's a fact. And I just want you guys to uphold to what the Pennsylvania School Code requires of you in your duties and your powers and responsibility to the community. All people that bring things to your attention should have assurance that things are going to be taken care of. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Carmina. Who's next?
Next, we have Saida Settles.
Okay, Saida, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you doing today? Saida Settles with Payne Township. I would like to speak about bullying today. There's been some bullying issues going on over in the middle school. I would like to discuss an ongoing issue with a particular student who I'm not going to disclose their name, whom is very aggressive and has been suspended at least 6 times since the start of the school year. This student is creating an unsafe atmosphere for the children. The student has hit adults on school buses and hit children. In fact, today, after serving a suspension, punched a child in the face during a game of flag football in gym. The student attempted to push my son. However, a teacher intervened and took them out in the hallway. And when the student was allowed to re-enter the gym, the student decided to punch another student in the face for grabbing the flag from him, which is part of the game. The student was then removed for the rest of the gym. What are the procedures for removal of a student, and how much do the children have to take and to endure from this child? This is in fact taking away from our children's educational instruction time to deal with these matters, as the child was removed and the class had to be stopped and so on and so forth. What is the recourse going to be, and how can we ensure that the children are getting the valuable instructional time that they need and deserve while navigating this bully in the school? Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Saida. Anyone else?
We have Carmina Taylor.
Okay, Carmina already spoke during the second period. Is there anyone else? No. Okay, then the second comment period is done. All right, then we'll move on to board comments. Do any of my fellow board members have any comments this evening? Paul, yes?
Just a quick comment. Wanted to first congratulate the Mako Tech students as well as our Stony Creek broadcasters tonight. Very proud of all of them and their accomplishments. Also wanted to congratulate a former Stony Creek student, middle schooler, Lexington Badger. She was selected to compete in an international piano competition. The competition was held at Carnegie Hall in New York this weekend, and she finished first place. So we are very, very proud of her and her and all of our students, of course, in the district. I just wanted to know. Very
Well, I have to give a shout out to her teacher. Also, my kid's piano teacher, Marzena. She is just amazing. So wonderful. It's awesome to hear that she got to go do that. So wonderful. So great. Any other comments?
Just a reminder that the Belonging Climate Survey is open, and that's closing February 11th. So hopefully we'll get some insights and input as to how things are going, and we could get some additional information to help us kind of move forward into this year and next year and beyond.
Awesome. Anything else? Well, I will share for those that maybe don't have kids in school and don't know that today was the 100th day of school. And if it wasn't the fact that the Eagles were in the Super Bowl and I wanted to wear a football shirt this evening, I was going to wear my, and it was Stony Creek was coming this evening. I was going to wear my OWL 100th day school shirt. But because the Eagles are playing, I wore my football shirt. But yeah, exciting. It's the 100th day. I can't believe we're there already. So wow. It's flying by. So very exciting. was worried we'd have a snow day today. And then it would have been tomorrow. Anyway, all right, well, I guess we're at the end of the meeting.
I've got a board comment.
Yeah.
Just voicing an opinion of the student body here. I feel as though it's necessary we have a 2-hour delay the morning after the Super Bowl. I just want to float that out there for
I agree.
your consideration.
Is that win or lose?
That's true.
Superintendent is willing to take direction from the board on this matter and is open to any ideas. And thank you for yours, Harrison.
Thank
And
you.
it did come as a surprise, just to say.
Thank you.
I do want to note, though, in 2017, there was no 2-hour delay. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. In 2023, you pre-called a 2-hour delay, they didn't win. So maybe we stick with.
I'd like to take that one back. Maybe call it after the game is over.
Parents would adore that, yes.
Yeah.
I would just talk to Dr. Blair about making a block day the Monday after, a block period, or whatever that's called.
Bonus block.
whatever.
By the way, it rocks.
Oh, we love it. We love it there.
Bonus block is
Except-
so great.
yeah. I have morning choir mistake, so I have to go in. But I went out, grabbed a bunch of my choir friends from breakfast, came back, studied with some teachers before the school day began. I think it's great. Great addition. Love it.
All right, well, any motion to adjourn?
So move. I move second.
All right, all in favor?
Bye.
Adjourned. Good night, everyone.
Bye.